I spent my entire life being a non-believer. So church was never something that was a part of my life. And I thought that having a relationship with God or religion was being in a cage and having a bunch of strict rules and having someone point fingers at you and tell you that you are a sinner. So I avoided church, and I was kind of scared of it. And so early last year in 2015, just one day my neighbor came over and invited my husband and I to church, and I kind of dismissed the invitation, but my husband wanted to go. So I told him I'd go with him because I really had nothing better to do that day, and that was it. We went to our first service, and it was in the power plant. And I remember looking around and seeing people on their iPhones and iPads, and I was like, well, that's rude. You know, they're not even listening, but realizing that it's their Bibles and their devices. So I thought that was cool too, that First Temple was progressive and keeping up with the times. And but the thing honestly that got me was the first sermon. I cried, and I don't know what it was about that message, but something just stirred inside of me. And I didn't understand it, but I knew I wanted to come back. So my husband and I kept coming back. We eventually joined a life group, which was great, but I was like that child nagging their mom, you know, like asking so many questions. Why, how come? I really made the life group teachers work for their lessons, I think. And so I knew that I needed more. I was hungry for more. And one of the women in the life group approached me and offered to mentor me individually, which was awesome. I know now that God put her in my life to really help me and guide me. And I remember there was one sermon that Ronnie gave, and it was, I believe, Luke 24:15, where it was after the crucifixion, and there were two gentlemen walking, and they were extremely distraught. And Jesus started walking with them, but they didn't recognize him. And, you know, I believe he was hungry, and so they invited him into his house. And I know that Ronnie said, I remember his sentence was, Jesus wants you to invite him into your home. And I wanted to invite him in, but I didn't know how. And that was the first time, you know, I talked to my mentor, and she kind of told me how to talk to God, because I didn't know what to do. We were recently baptized as a family, which was really special. Both my husband and my 8-year-old daughter. It's exciting that my 8-year-old has given her life to Christ as well, and she's excited about reading the Bible and learning and coming every Sunday, and wants to volunteer in the church, and it's just great. You know, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask God into your home. He wants to come in. And humble yourself. It's okay if you don't understand. It's okay if you don't know him, because he knows you. I get emotional because it's just beautiful. And I've realized that, you know, I thought religion was being in a cage, and I realized that now I was in the cage before, and now I'm out. And it's the most love and peace I've ever felt in my life. And just take the leap of faith and work on it.